Oh, I'm looking down 5 seconds in. Oh, you guys got questions already. I'm gonna get to those definitely. Good morning. Welcome to the channel. Had a little technical difficulties. We're still working this live stream thing out, working out the different kinks. But I was just looking at Bitcoin. Actually, just shot up. Um, Bitcoin just shot up for a minute, and I was seeing that the news. Even though I think this happened back, I think it was like 2 weeks ago. But sometimes it's a lagging indicator that Bitcoin finally hit a golden cross on the weekly. So I know a lot of people were talking about it a while ago, but apparently it's just become a big thing today. A lot of the news stories coming out. So people are going to follow the news when they see it. They're not always watching the charts unless they're actually a chartist or they're a trader or something like that. So yeah, we just had a little spike. It was dropping down, but as you can see, you can see it on screen that it's moving right now. But as I say, every time I get a chance on this channel, we're not worried about the price of Bitcoin in the short term, just worried about it long term because we're long term investors. And so here's one of the articles that was on CoinDesk today talking about the hitting the weekly golden cross, and I see people talking about it on Twitter. But if I'm not mistaken, I do believe this is old news. But like I said, it's lagging indicator. People react late, or whatever you want to call it. I am not a trader, so I don't even try to be. So I don't know exactly how they operate as far as that goes. I also did see some more bullish news, though. A lot of people that are new to the space, even some people are old, and we heard it last cycle. People get scared when the price starts falling. I'm sorry, but it's nothing to worry about. I was seeing that just yesterday, ProShares files for 5 Bitcoin ETFs with indirect exposure. It says ProShares a major issuer of exchange traded funds (ETFs) that you've been hearing about. If you don't know what ETF is, exchange traded fund in the United States is working to launch several Bitcoin ETFs with indirect exposure to BTC amid the first days of Bitcoin ETF trading on local stock exchanges. So no matter what you see the Bitcoin price doing in the short term, don't worry about it. The price falling, just as we see on this channel, just try to make sure that you are getting into the picks that you're getting early. So, say if you get into a pick at, um, let's just say 1 penny, that's easy. So you get in the pick at 1 penny and you get in early and it rises up to 10 cents. So, when Bitcoin starts fall, I don't know, I keep mixing those up today. When Bitcoin starts falling, you may be at 7 cents, but you got in at 1 cent. So it's all about the entry you get in. Don't worry about trying to trade in and out, catch stuff cheaper. That's how a lot of people get wrecked. A lot of people got wrecked like that last cycle and cycles. And can you guys hear me now? All right. I was just running my mouth as I always do. Let me tell you guys, I'm just, my channel is different. I just talk about everything. So there's so many pieces to doing these lives. There's like a billion lights around me. There's mics, there's all kinds of stuff. So you guys bear with me. Appreciate you bearing with me. But I was just pretty much saying, I don't know where the sound went out, but I was talking about earlier the Bitcoin weekly cross that's going on, and that's why the price was spiking a little while ago. Then I talked about the pro shares filing for 5 different Bitcoin ETFs. So I was just saying, you'll see the price falling, but don't worry about the short term. Just worry about the long term. We're in this for the next 18 to 24 months. So don't worry about what the price is doing right now, because there's going to be a lot of bullish news coming out about Bitcoin, and the price will be going up. So your altcoins will be going up as well. So it's nothing to worry about. I don't want people to get scared out of the market. One technique or thing I like to talk about that I definitely took from George from Cryptos R Us is making sure people don't get scared out of the market. A lot of people coming in and they're so used to the slow movement in stock. So if they see a 10 or 15% drop, they get scared out of the market. They dump their altcoins, but I just don't want people doing that. So don't try to be a trader. Yeah, I'm out of breath because I just ran to get those batteries. But this is something I saw today too. Apparently, they said it doesn't seem like a lot, but it just shows how adoption is coming. They said 12% of Salvadorans utilized Bitcoin for purchases in 2023. And if you just new to the space, in 2021, El Salvador made Bitcoin part of their legal tender. So a lot of people around the world don't have, even though our currency in the United States is kind of trash because we just inflated and we printed away. There's people with worse currency issues that can use Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies to really help out their economy. So, like I said, don't be afraid when you see the Bitcoin price falling and stuff, because it's definitely, we're working on slow adoption. It's not going to come overnight, but the price is definitely going to move, and your altcoins are going to move as well. But let me look at some of these questions. I'm going to get to some of the topics we're talking about today. And if you're new to the channel, which I see a lot of you are, I just try to break down things on this channel so everyone understands them. I will have other times when I come back and make it all smart and sound intelligent and all that, but that's not any use to people if you're new to the space and you're trying to learn about what's going on. So I'm going to cover a couple of narratives today. Most of them, some you probably already know about, but I'm going to break down 2 new ones. I was going to do some other ones too, but I don't want to put too much on people that may be new to the space. Bushman said, hey, just join your Patreon. Do you have any thoughts on TrueBit protocol? I will look into that. I haven't heard about that one. RPG Revolve Games. I wasn't the most bullish on RPG. During the bear market, RPG was one of the few gaming plays that was out. I'll have to look and see where they are now, but I don't remember being the most bullish on them. I'm not saying anything bad about them or FUD in the project, but I will have to relook at it to, see where my how I'm looking at it now, because things change. Some of the projects that you're bullish on right now could change and you become not bullish on them because something can happen in the ecosystem with the founders of the project. Some things you're not bullish on now. Things can always change in this market. So another thing I'm going to talk about, especially today, about a certain narrative that a lot of people have picks that they're bullish on, but they don't realize all the new stuff that's going to be coming out later. And I may talk about a few. We'll see. Of course, I got all the bros. Can't hear you. You went mute. Yeah, my mic battery died. I got so many batteries running this whole setup. But appreciate you guys mentioning it in the chat. Eddie says, "In technology, great. Yeah, it is. No, it's really, I got all this high tech technology over here, and look how fast it went out. Yesterday, the whole Archie thing. Listen, here's where I'm at on the Archie thing, because I'm definitely going to address it. Dude is definitely hurting me. I'll just put it that way. And I'm a type of person that I don't want to be messy and a part of drama. And I'm going to name a couple of reasons why I did what I did. I think some other people addressing this too. So let me read that. So the video on Archie, you come up with more info. You brought the heat. Yeah. So here's the thing. I know with social media and reality TV and all the stuff, people like drama. I understand it. But I don't try to be a part of drama. But I do. Well, let me say the reasons I did it. Number one, a lot of people are saying that you're right, and I think I said this in one of the comments. I'm pretty sure I'm not the first to talk about it, right? I never try to be the first. For one, I'm a researcher, and there's going to be people in the space that are big influencers that are getting the white paper and everything way before I do, right? And I understand that. My job with my Patreon is to help new people, or even people who are experienced, find picks that I look for and that I research. Um, I will not always be the first. I probably never will be the first to find it. But my job is, if my people, my Patreon, are working their day-to-day jobs and they don't have the time that I have to research, that's what I do with my Patreon. I kind of take that burden off them, find the projects for them, and share the same things that I'm bullish on with them in my Patreon. So number one, people say it's just a pick. Anybody can find this pick, but it's my research. When you spend your time at your job and you do your work, do you want somebody else at your job, another coworker, taking credit for your work? I'm pretty sure you absolutely don't, because then what happens is they take credit for your work, and then they get a promotion and you're left in the same position. So it should be something that people understand. Number two, I was upset about it because somebody I know personally was wrecked by Archie's picks, and I'm really about to get there in a minute, because it seems that he presents himself as like this know-it-all guru. And I'm going to use one example that me and two other influencers talk about that we were wild about. So it's like if you come to the crypto space, right, and you know Bitcoin. Imagine someone saying that they don't know what Ethereum is, but they are an expert in the crypto space. I've heard Archie say so many great picks were bad. Just as of yesterday, I had some people that came from his group or they were new to my group and said, Archie said Blood Loop was trash. If you don't know what Blood Loop is and you're a crypto influencer, you should not be a crypto influencer, because Blood Loop is one of the biggest gaming projects that's coming out. And so my problem is that you should present yourself as, hey guys, you can join my Patreon. Maybe I'm not an expert. My name is Archie. I'm working my way through finding these picks as well. We can go on this journey together. Present yourself like that. Do not present yourself as an all-knowing guru when you don't even know what Blood Loop is, when you call GameSwift a scam, when you said Big Time was not a good investment. Like, present yourself as what you are. I never try to present myself to my group like I know everything. I'm going to be the first to get the alpha, but I do dig for it. I do research for it, and I'm actually trying to help people. And my thing is, don't steal from smaller channels. So I'm definitely a smaller channel than Archie. But I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I know people are probably here for me to address this. So don't steal from smaller channels. If you get something from a smaller channel or a small channel, give them credit. Today in my Patreon, I put something in my education channel, and I gave credit to the guy that taught me how to do it, to his channel. His channel's not huge. It's about 15,000. It's much bigger than mine, right? But he's still a small channel. So I'm going to give credit to him. So people, not only he can get the credit for his work, my people will not always have to come to me. Here, I'm trying to help people make money this bull run. I'm not trying to be their guide. I do not own anyone in my Patreon. They can go to whatever Patreon they want. So another thing was said that I did it because I'm a smaller channel and I want attention. Let me tell you guys something. The reason why I also like having this channel is because I can come over to crypto and I'm not known. A lot of you don't know this, but I'm popular a lot of different places. I have a bunch of different pages with thousands of followers. And to come over to crypto and to be able to be relaxed without people hounding me all the time about making new content, about the other stuff that I make content on, is really relaxing for me. I'm also on TV. I'm a professional actor. I don't want attention. I don't care about attention. I'm not trying to use him as clout to make my channel bigger. I was just trying, and actually, and another thing is, and I understand I'm wired a lot different from a lot of people. So people are not even going to hear that, like, oh, you're not trying to get attention or you're not trying to use him for clout, but I'm not. Another thing is, I felt as it was a way to help him. I know that sounds crazy because you're like, how are you trying to help Archie? And you went off on him, right? The thing is, later on in the bull run, when people find out that Blood Loop was a good project and Big Time is a good project and GameSwift is a good project, their lashing out on him is going to be much worse. So I saw it as a way to throw a red flag real quick. I put a post out about this morning. I said, sometimes I said you give people a wake up call, but then I step back and give them grace to change themselves. So I don't I saw a lot of people coming to the page. And if you don't notice, I took the video down. So a lot of people on the post supporting me, right? So I was pretty much 99% on the people were bashing Archie. 1% were on his side, literally. So I didn't take the post down because people were coming for me. I took it down because I'm like, listen, literally, I'm not even trying to be Miss America here, but we all make mistakes, right? But I just checked him real quick to say, hey, you made a mistake. I'm gonna give you a chance to change your ways, because whether you're religious or not, or you believe in God or not, God gives us all chances. Sorry, mama, computer. So God gives us all chances when we mess up. So I checked him real quick. The video went faster than I thought. I didn't even think it was going to do that. But give him the grace to change himself and say, hey, listen, guys, you know what? I'm not this all-knowing guru, but I am trying to go on this crypto journey. I'm trying to make money just like you guys. Join my Patreon if you want to go on this journey and find picks together. It's how he should present himself, instead of like, he's an all-knowing guru. Because the thing is, like I said, I'm trying to save him from people later. I know I speak well on my channel. Almost done here. I know I speak well on my channel, but where I grew up is very rough. I grew up with people who were my friends that unlifed people, if you know what I mean. I grew up with people who sold pharmaceuticals. So even though I speak well now, I come from a very rough upbringing, and I know what people like that act like when people mess them up with their money and stuff. So I actually didn't even want that coming down on Archie. So like I said, I put the video up to check him, get him in place. So he can think about his actions. And I'm pretty sure he will change his ways. I hope so. And just say, hey guys, I don't know everything. Not be so quick to say a pick is trash. Like, to say blood loop is trash is just that's almost blasphemous. And I don't mean to put blood loop in the same sentence with God, but it's blasphemous. Like, that's a huge project that most of the space is bullish on. So, just don't present yourself as guru. I'm gonna keep going and read the next questions. Um, Um, what's up? Been following you for 1 month now. I joined your Patreon. If I would join your Patreon if I wasn't broke. I feel like it's a pretty good price, man. It's a lot. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I'm gonna pray for you that you're able to get in there. Um, Joined his group before, and it was a pump and dump group the most part. Yeah, I don't want to talk too much negative about Archie today. Found your channel yesterday. Great info. Azo, are you in the US, and do you teach about taxes in your Patreon? I want to get on that. Of course, I'm not a tax advisor. I don't try to teach on this stuff, but I will try to put some information in there about that. Um, Respect the explanation, bro. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not trying to tear anybody down. But some people need that checking. Like the people check you when you're a child, right? Let me tell one more thing. So this is the thing I learned. Children, I'm not saying he's a child, but children will get pissed off at you when you check them when they're a child, right? You tell them to stop doing something. But you know what happens when they get in their 20s? You're the person they appreciate the most, because you're the person that didn't allow them to keep running stupid and doing the crazy stuff that they were doing, because you check them. They actually love you more than the person that was trying to be their friend and make them think everything they were doing is okay. So like I said, sometimes people need a check. And I mean, what my followers were, for one, like I said, if I was using it for followers, I would have left the video up. But my followers, maybe 200 as of yesterday. And so I didn't think none of it, but I knew he tracked my page. As I said, I'm not taking that back. So I knew he would see it. I did not expect it to go crazy like that. And it got up to like 2,000 views. And that's when I decided, to take it down. He had enough. He saw the point. He got the lesson or whatever. Um, but yeah, that's all that's about. Um, Someone with a lot of followers shouldn't be putting microcaps as buy alerts. I don't know what to necessarily say about that. Different people, different situations. They will abuse them with leverage and will be short term. You gave me a timeout for saying that. Everybody's group is different, but I'm really just trying to help people. And here's another thing, and I'm not even trying to, I think I've heard him say this before, but I really, even as this morning, I feel bad because people have joined the Patreon and I had to get ready for my live. And so I couldn't even address those people. I couldn't really see my Patreon being over 200 people and to being able to actually help people, because I want to get the people in my group to a point where they understand the stuff almost as well as I do, and we can really bounce ideas off each other. But I don't know how people have Patreons with 500,000 people. I'll see when I get there, but I really feel like I'm going to cap mine at 200, and I'm being just honest about that. That's not some marketing scheme to get people to FOMO, but I don't know how you handle more than that because I just don't know. Buying GFAL now is a good idea or not, buddy. Thanks. So I talk about GFAL quite a bit. It's got a good team behind it. Of course, they got Trip Hawkins, which was one of the founders of EA Sports. And I think in the bear market, that was one of the bullish elements about GFAL. But I do feel now that there are so many gaming projects out there that also have people with experience. I always use the Ubisofts, the Game Loft, and all those different companies, Rockstar Games. So the competition is thicker. GFAL has retraced quite a bit. And I believe they're going to hopefully start coming out with some announcements that are going to pump up the price and get it where it needs to be. So it has retraced quite a bit. Let me look at where GFAL is right now, matter of fact. But I know it has retraced quite a bit. Oh yeah, it's retraced quite a bit. So I would say it's a pretty decent entry. Just granted, they don't try to abuse the fact that they have Trip Hawkins and that's their only selling point. And they actually, I mean, they got some games out. It's okay. The platform's looking okay, but hoping they come out with more bullish news and really get on the ball with what they're trying to do. How long have I been in crypto? Third cycle right now. Um, I have some good gems. I think you're saying. How much is your Patreon? Link don't work from phone. Oh man, I'm gonna have to work on that. Yeah, thanks, Katie, for answering. This is $50 a month. I don't plan on, and this is the thing. If you're on my Patreon, you know I do answer people back in the inboxes too. I don't have a tier for that, but I'm a very honest person. You're not gonna probably get this with other YouTubers. I'm very straightforward. It's a lot sometimes answering people back with messages. I would rather people probably just message me strictly on Discord because I'm going back and forth from Discord to Patreon. But I'm trying not to add any new tiers. I'm trying to keep it all $50. Um, I don't want to do one-to-one calls or anything like that. It's a lot of time just to research, write out blurbs, make videos, do lives and stuff like that. So I'm trying to keep it pretty small. Day one subscriber here. Don't forget me when you blow up, man. Like I was saying earlier, man. I'm already big on so many other platforms. Like the blowing up thing means nothing to me, man. I don't, and I'm a pretty humble person. It's how my mother raised me. Actually, it was kind of bad for my mother because my mother was too nice to people. But yeah, but I want to get into some alpha real quick, and I'll get back to the questions, or not necessarily alpha, but I just want to put some things out that you guys may know already. But I want to talk about some things that people may not know, and I don't want to make this too long. Let's see where we're at right now. Oh, we're already at 22 minutes. So I'm gonna just throw some things out there. Then I'll answer some more questions if that's cool with you guys. So I want to talk about some narratives that are going to be big this cycle. And I'm just say AI because obviously we know AI. I don't want this live to be too long. When my channel gets bigger, maybe we can go an hour, but I know people got work to do. And then I think, yeah, whatever. So AI is a narrative that we know. You got Tao. Well, I can't say that. Some of them I can't say yet because I did kind of talk about them in the Patreon, the lower market caps. But I'm narratives to look out for. AI. Another one that's really big for me, and two of my favorite picks are in this narrative, and that's modular blockchains, or modular just period. So Celestia is one. Celestia, if you've been on my channel, you've seen me talk about it in the video. Celestia is used by a lot of different blockchains and can be used by a lot of blockchains for what they call data availability. And to break that down in simplest terms, all it means is people are using Celestia for their storage needs. Therefore, they can offload their blockchain from handling all the storage stuff, and their blockchain can handle all the other stuff like transactions. So it's like really on a blockchain, you have four different workers. And if you offload, or say really, I'm sorry, excuse me, with blockchains, really you have one worker doing four different jobs, right? So when you offload that load to another worker, the data availability, it makes that blockchain's job easier. It makes the blockchain be able to flow faster. And just move fast as far as transactions and everything. So there's another one that's coming out yet, and this is some pre-alpha. If you guys don't know about this one, is called Manta, which is going to be really big. And to let me see, to simplify this. Well, just put it this way, Manta is pretty much like how you have layer twos on Ethereum. Manta is going to be like a layer two on pretty much like Celestia. It uses Celestia's data availability also, but it is also modular itself. It's focusing on privacy and DeFi. Pretty much, if you know, like Monera. Did I say that right? I think it did. Yeah. So you can put your the money you make in crypto or whatever in Monero, and you can send it to different wallets, and it will be untraceable. They're pretty much trying to do that privacy element in a much bigger way all throughout the blockchain. So you can, if you can send a transaction to someone's address, right? And if you know blockchain and you've been in the space a while, if you go to Ethereum scan or Binance scan, you can see all the different transactions happening. And so you can start to track wallets. That's how people track Alex Becker's wallets, right? Because you can see, okay, this coin was sent to this wallet, and this wallet has this much in it. Manta is trying to make it where you can't see that, and you're not tracking Alex Becker's wallet anymore. So I know a lot of you are not going to like that, but it's going to be huge for Manta. So you can't be like, man, look at this person's wallet. They got $20 million in there, and then you're trying to track them and see where the transaction ended up at. So a lot of people are really looking into that kind of stuff. So Manta's a big one. Dimension is another modular blockchain that's coming out using Celestia's data available. I can't pull them up right now, really, but or can I? I could have pulled up their websites. I'm sorry. Let me slow down here a bit. Now I already talked about Manta. I'll do it this way. Let's go to Twitter. At least you guys can get a look at least what it looks like, because I don't believe it's on coin. You can't track it on Coin Market Cap yet. So hopefully you can see that. So that's Banta. Like I said, they're focusing on privacy and DeFi. If you can see, they got a lot of different followers, right? So it's going to be a big project that's coming out. Little pre-alpha, like I said. Don't worry, Patreon. I still got some alpha in there for you guys. This is Dimension, the one I was just talking about. That's using. I'm trying to break this stuff down in my head as I say it. I'm sorry. So it's a modular blockchain using Celestia's data availability, and is running what is called its own roll apps, right? And so roll apps think of those also as like layer twos, right? But they are they are like layer twos that have a specific purpose. So, like the layer twos on Ethereum, you have Arbitrum and Optimism. They all do pretty much all the same things. You can have gaming Optimism and Arbitrum. You can have DeFi on there. These roll apps on Dimension are going to just do the one thing that they do, and they're going to do it well. They're not going to be doing a whole bunch of different things. So you can have a blockchain on Dimension, on their modular blockchain that plugs into Dimension, that does a specific thing. It's only for DeFi. It's only for gaming. So the blockchain is tailored to do that one specific thing and not be overloaded by a different lot of different things. So that's Dimension. This one I'll simplify too. If you don't know this one in the space yet, we're moving on to interoperability, and this one is layer zero, which is, to me, correct me if I'm wrong. I see EA in here. That oh yeah, listen, guys, I try to plug other channels too. So I keep trying to make sure people understand it's not about beefing with other channels and competing, because we all work together to help people. Follow everything altcoin. This guy has a lot of good alpha on his channel. He knows this stuff. Can put you onto a lot of different picks. So if you can go to the your search bar right now, follow everything altcoin. You got in interoperability. You got a lot of different plays. I say the daddy of them to me is layer zero, and pretty much that interoperability just means, like, if you have something running on layer zero, whether it's a gaming blockchain, if it's DeFi, you can run that on multiple different chains. There's a lot of different terms for it. Omni chain, universal chain, whatever. But if it's running on layer zero, it means you can run whatever you're doing on different blockchains, and it makes it interoperable across different blockchains. So you have an interoperability narrative. You have layer zero, wormhole, Connects Network that I made a video about on my channel, Axelar. So those are some of the picks in interoperability. And like I said, I believe these are going to be some of the biggest narratives this cycle: AI, modular blockchains, and interoperability. Here's another one that I even myself, like, I know about it. I'm going to break it down very simple though. But I'm still researching it myself to give more alpha about it. It's called, I hate saying this, and I think EA knows what I'm about to say, parallelization or parallelism, right? So you have Solana, Monad, Say, I believe Sui too. Tell me if I'm wrong. They have what you call parallelization. And let's stop all the smart talk and just break this down, just real simple. Usually on blockchains like Ethereum, the reason why Ethereum gets bogged down with gas fees and transactions is because the transactions are done one by one, right? And what parallelization does or parallelism does is it, you know what? Let me take this back. I thought of something easier. So, imagine Ethereum when you're doing transactions on Ethereum. Imagine you have Ethereum as a cashier, right? And that cashier is one line, right? Everybody's waiting to check out in that one line because there's only one cashier. So everybody has to go one by one. Have you ever seen somebody try to skip somebody in the store in line? That's a fight waiting to happen. It's going to end up on TikTok or Instagram, right? So with Ethereum, everything is sequential. So you do your transaction, then I do my transaction. You do your transaction, I do my transaction. So what parallelism, I hate this word, what parallelization and parallelism does is opens up another cash register. You know how at Thanksgiving and Christmas, you got that one line open and you just like pissed off because you got to wait in line and they start opening other registers. That's what parallelization is like. You're opening other registers to make those transactions go through at the same time. So it makes the blockchain faster. And so Solana is one of the first. You have Monad that's coming up that's really huge. Say does it. That's why you probably see a lot of people aping into Say. I'll be fully honest and transparent to my early Patreon members. I miss Say when it hit the bottom. Like I say on this channel, listen, I can't hit every pick. I am not an all-knowing guru. I would not catch every pick. I'm so mad I miss Say at the bottom, but I mean, it happens. But just remember that when you start hearing about parallelism and parallelization, that you heard it first on this channel. Just remember cashiers, checking out at Thanksgiving, checking out at Christmas, right? And for the last narrative that everybody knows, I think the cycle is gaming, right? Gaming is going to be a huge narrative this cycle, if not the biggest narrative this cycle, right? But one thing I do, for lack of better words, that I worry about is you got to pick the right ones because the gaming sector and narrative is getting very oversaturated right now. Because everybody, they think is a easy, quick money grab or whatever. But I do realize that gaming is also one of the biggest industries. I've heard that I work in the film industry, and I've heard that gaming makes way more money than the film industry and probably music put together. So maybe it's not oversaturated, but I do want to say that you got to be kind of careful about the gaming picks that you go into. So I'm going to answer some questions now, but to recap, the narratives that I talked about today are, I want to talk about another, but I'll save it for another video. And I'll probably break these up in different videos, but the narratives are AI, modular blockchains, interoperability, parallelism or parallelization, and of course, gaming. So let me go back to these comments. Tenzin said, "Is Artie a good buy right now?" I feel Artie is a good buy right now. I feel like it's pretty much near the bottom. Let me see. Let me see where it is. And I appreciate you guys for bearing with me through the whole. Yeah, I think it is a good buy right now. Join your Patreon yesterday. Just see 4 posts. Where's the group chat? Oh, let's see. I got to find out which one you. I had a lot of people join, but I'll get you over to that, Mr. Murphy. Tony May said, Portal Games and GameSwift, which do you think will do better in the bull market? Listen, this was a thing where I believe Portal is going to launch at a bigger market cap, right? GameSwift is a lower market cap. They're both bullish. It's all about the community behind them, the partnerships, the listings. I'm not going to ever pretend that I know for sure. I think both of them will do extremely well. I know Portal did some crazy marketing. Like their marketing was amazing. A lot of people thought it was kind of scamish, but I think Portal is going to do well, no matter really what market cap it launches at. But I will say this, I'm gonna just be honest. I'm not trying to flood anybody's bags or mess anybody up. I'm just an honest channel. I would say this probably even if I was in it. Maybe I'm not right in the head when it comes to finances, but even if I was in it, a lot of people got into private sale, right? People are going to be airdrop tokens. So I put a pick in my Patreon today that hasn't launched yet, but I won't talk about it. But when these do, you'll see a lot of people just sell off the tokens, because they're trying to take quick profits from airdrops or private sales. Now, the smart people, if it's a good project, they're going to hold on to it. But I will say be careful with that. But I think GameSwift and Portal Games both will do well, but I do not have a crystal ball. I will not tell you I do, but I would. I got to see what Portal launches at, though. But I did wish to hold it when I first started seeing about it, but I got to see how it all plays out. Some people are bullish on it. Some people are bearish. EA said, You put me onto Dimension. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, I did. I thought you knew about that one, man. Man, I feel like EA knows about everything, y'all. Y'all got to go check out his channel. Boca said, "Zoe, don't you think you were a bit harsh towards Archie?" No, to be honest, in ways, but it was in the moment. Like I said, I named the reasons earlier. Like I know someone personally that got kind of messed up. I think he was like putting out picks, and then he would like out of nowhere say he wasn't bullish on them anymore, and maybe they didn't have time to sell out. I mean, or sell the bags, and then they kind of got dumped on. I'm not saying he did the dumping, but I guess it was the whole thing of like he was like, "I'm bullish on this. I'm not bullish on that anymore. I don't even know what that is," and it was kind of like you can't do that to people. That's why I'm even being more careful as I get more people on my Patreon. Like I used to put like DGen picks in there and one of my do your own research categories, but I got like, okay, I gotta watch that because there's more people in here now. They may consider this like, oh, this is a pick that he really loves, and they just throw a whole bunch of money in there. So you gotta be careful when other people are kind of listening to you and trusting in you for your information. Don said EA be dropping the alpha. Yes, sir, he definitely does. EA drops the alpha, man. Bushman, I'm not going to acknowledge that, man. I'm not going to acknowledge that. I'm not going to acknowledge that comment either. But I understand how you guys feel, right? I understand, but I'm not going to. Raphael said DeFi 2.0. Ooh, I haven't heard of that one. I'll look into it. I'll pull it up over here in another window to look at it. The name doesn't sound the best to me. I hate to be that person because you're really not supposed to say that because a lot of good stuff has crazy names. I'll look into it later though. I can't even find it right now. Tenzin said layer one should always be a big narrative. Yeah, I guess you could say that. Yeah, I guess you could say that. Really changing the game this cycle with modular blockchains and stuff. Patty said, "Is next still a good buy?" I think it's still a good buy. Let me look at it real quick. Sorry, I do this beatboxing thing. Yeah, I think it's still a good buy. That's still at a pretty low market cap. I think it's a good buy. Great partnerships behind it and all that kind of good stuff. So I think it's still a good buy. Sam Beck, sorry if I'm saying it incorrectly, said, "Is Hello token okay? How much you think it will go?" So Hello is one of those picks that was one of those few bullish picks that we had from the bear market. I got in like super early, like the bottom of the bottom. It all depends on the marketing, how well the show goes. The big selling point behind it that I know a lot of people talking about is the fact that pretty much like a lot of the biggest influencers are behind it that are on YouTube and everybody watches their channels. So if they talk about it, the price could definitely run. It is kind of standalone in its narrative right now, so it's sort of kind of unique right now. I think it would do pretty decent. Let me. Like I was telling somebody the other day, I'm not trying to say everything he was saying was bad. It's really not a competition like people probably took it. I was just stating a couple of facts for reasons I said earlier. Um, um, I don't know. Hello should at least be able to do 2 billion, maybe 3 billion market cap. I think. Um, you got to be conservative this time because I know a lot of people saying it's going to be a lot more money in the market this time around, but it's also going to be a little diluted because there's a lot of projects coming out. Um, so you always got to take it's a lot of things to take in consideration, and that's what I try to do. Yes, there's going to be a lot more money in the market because of Bitcoin ETFs, but we're talking about if Bitcoin hits like 1.5 trillion market cap, then you're talking about a lot more money. So you can kind of think of market caps last cycle and add, I would say 1.2 them. I don't go crazy. Like, so if mid caps were 10 billion last cycle, I would expect them to go to 12 billion this cycle, right? But now if Bitcoin hits 2 trillion, then you can be like, okay, maybe a mid cap will be 20 billion this cycle, and you can kind of do your calculations accordingly. And if everybody doesn't know on this channel, you don't pay attention to price, you pay attention to the market cap and you try to do your calculations accordingly. Of course, there's going to be token dilution and all that kind of stuff that you got to consider. But that's pretty much how you do it based on market cap. Don't worry about the price. I'm not going to acknowledge that comment either. But I understand people have their reservations and distaste towards certain things. Lavar said, "Oh, I thought I did, Lavar. Hopefully, I know. I think you just joined a while ago. When I get off the stream, I think I was preparing for the stream. So the people who just joined, I'm gonna make sure you get over there. But I got you, Lamar. Ben Sharple said, "What's your opinion on Right Stream? If you ever heard of it, I have not heard of that. Let me look it up somewhat quickly. That logo looks familiar. This is really low. I'm gonna have to look into this later. I'm gonna look into this later. I can't say that it looks the most bullish right now, but I do not know. Let me look at one more thing real quick on it. Let me look at that. That's that. And then let me look at just a minute. Let's see here. Let's see if any. It looks kind of okayish at first look. I'll have to look at it some more. I'll leave it up in this window to look at later. Where am I at now? Michael said, "What's up, little brother? Just found you yesterday. Keep up the great work. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I'm trying my best." Tenzin said, "I just joined your Patreon. Where do I find your AI picks?" Oh, yeah. I'm going to put something in there later about how to set it up to help you guys more. Now, don't do me like like I work for you on the job, but just if I can make it easier for people, I will. But I haven't set it up like that, as far as just setting AI picks aside. But I think I did talk to somebody about them yesterday. So if you search AI in there, you'll see those picks. Never too many questions. I mean, I'm a type of person that likes to answer questions. I used to, I like teaching and stuff. So I like answering questions more than I like just hearing myself talk. Tony says, "Sorry, brother, if I'm asking too many questions, but do you think it's good to get hello with the 89 million market cap? Is that where it's at now?" Like I said, I mean, I think if it's really riding on the influencers. It does have good backing, right? But it's riding on the influences, how well the TV show comes out. Because I know when the show Wait came out, that George and them did, the quality was not that good, right? Um, but what happened is, I think Wait went back into the lab and started putting some other stuff into the Wait token. Like, I think they got a launch pad now and all this kind of stuff. And before I knew it, Wait had ran. So it depends on what else Hello's going to bring to the table. If they're going to, bring some other stuff later. And I think a lot of people got to understand that people are not putting everything out about their projects right now, because traditionally, let me say this is important. Traditionally, we really wouldn't be like looking bullish until really next fall. So the fact that this fall just passed and we're just in January and the market's already started to run, the market is running early because of the ETF news. Then, the Bitcoin halving is going to come. So a lot of people are waiting to put out their news about their projects and stuff. So that's why you just got to keep your ear to the ground to see what everybody's doing with their projects. Um, so I think it should do decently well. Like I said, I would say 2 billion minimum. I don't have a crystal ball, and I know some people probably into the project, they want me to say 10 billion, but I try to be conservative because I haven't been tracking Hello like that. But if the influencers talk about it, it'll pump. So I mean, it is what it is. Reed said, "Tuned in a bit late. What do you think about G Swift?" G Swift is one of my babies, and it's because I found it early. I try not to talk about it too much because I don't want people to think I'm padding my bags, but I think G Swift still has some room to run. Um, some people said conservative. Some people said, 600 million. I'm of the camp that I think it should get to minimum 2 to 3 billion. Either one of us could be wrong, right? But I do feel like it still has a lot of upside because it's one of the only gaming modular blockchains. So you have gaming, that's a huge narrative, right? But GameSwift is also modular. And what I try to explain is people think GameSwift is just one project, but GameSwift is a project that other projects can plug into. And because GameSwift is modular, it's already done some of the groundwork of building the blockchain for other blockchains. That has come out clearly. So put it this way. So say you're building a house, right? And so they have what they call modular homes right now, which means some of these houses come with the walls already fully made. You're not building up one wooden wall and going wall by wall. The walls already come together. They get a crane and they take the four walls and they put them together because it's a modular home. So the pieces are already put together for you. So that's what like GameSwift is like. It's like all the four walls of the house are already put together. So you just put the walls together and then you come in and decorate the inside of the house like you want to. So you can put in the kitchen that you want, the bathroom that you want. So that's what people are not understanding about GameSwift. And that's what's big about modular blockchains. They've already done most of the work for you. So when you come in to build, a lot of the work is already done for you. So that's why I'm bullish on G Swift. And a lot of other elements too. But like I said, I don't want to just talk about it. I will talk about it, but I don't want people to think I'm shilling my bags because I got in at G Swift at the bottom. It was like 3 million market cap when I got in. Sandbag said, thank you for answering my question. I will join your pay. Appreciate it. Hopefully we can grow together. And I'm trying to make sure everybody gets wealthy and some financial stability or financial freedom. Tenzin said, great gains. I think this is an inside joke that I'm missing. 1,000 Bitmap said AI tech token shilling itself. Oh, is that a token? Oh, that's funny. I didn't even know that. As I said earlier, I can't know every single pick that's out there. Oh, it is. I've seen this one. I have seen this one. What did I think about it? I don't know if I did a deep dive on it. I'm looking into it now. Shilling itself. I mean, hey, I guess it's kind of smart. I don't think that's a token. I think somebody who invested in it. I'm not seeing. I mean, it's at a decent market cap, right? Let's see. Okay. This was just launched a while ago. I'll look deep into it. I see some people following it that I know, so I'll look into it. I mean, I guess you got to shield yourself, right? Don said right stream is better than hello. They got 10 different shows coming. I mean, that's cool. But one thing I even hate myself. A lot of times, a lot of projects have a lot of bullish elements about them, but they still don't pump. I use this one as example, and I'm going to tell you one of my stories, right? So I got in this project last cycle, linear. You got in at the bottom. We got in before the market started, right? You in the bear market. You're feeling good about this, so you got in early. I know you heard that laugh. But you get in this project early. I got in at 1 cent, right? It was a great project, linear finance. And so in my mind, this thing is supposed to 100x. Only thing I ever got out of that was 14x, right? So sometimes a project has good elements about it and it's actually working and building and stuff, but it doesn't always correlate with pumping the bag up. So I'll look into it though. I'm not saying it's not bullish or it's not better than hello. I don't know. I'm gonna look into it and see. I think Nindo was giving me the ticker. Jack17 said, Cryptozo just discovered your channel last night. You are a gem in the space. Like your delivery of content and your information is so valuable. Keep up the good work. Hey, appreciate it, man. Like I said, I'm really here trying to help people, man. I tell people all the time, like, I know for the rest of the world in America, it makes no sense because the world is wired one way. Everybody wants to be viral. Everybody wants to be famous. They want the likes and follows. But I was like, man, if my channel could stay small and I could just help people out, I don't want everybody to know I'm in crypto and what I'm doing and stuff like that. I got channels with thousands of followers that I told them, like, literally, you guys know why I'm here, but I was like, I'm gonna be going for 2 years. Like, literally, I have channels that I make content on. I'm a ghostwriter. I'm a producer. I do all kinds of stuff. So to want attention, trust me, it's not something that I want. I get attention. I've signed autographs. I've taken pictures when I go places. I don't. That's a whole nother life that I have outside of crypto. I don't care about the attention, man. Speaking of not wanting attention, I am going to plug. I am on a TV show called BMF that's coming out on March 1st. So shameless plug. So go check that out. But thoughts on Inspect. Oh yeah, bullish on Inspect. I just kind of incorporated that into my live yesterday. My live had technical difficulties, but yeah, bullish on Inspect, what they're doing. One thing I talked about at the end with Inspect, I don't think a lot of people realize that they have a partnership with MoonPay, right? And so a lot of people are talking about, right, you can see the analytics on Twitter about the different crypto projects, see the market cap, see the price, see the influencers that are behind it. You can look at the sentiment around their Twitter to see if it's organic sentiment around the project or not, or if they just farmed the bots, right? But the most thing I'm bullish on is you can swap in and out of cryptos using Inspect, or at least that's what they're saying. I'm going to be fully transparent. I haven't used it yet, even though I have some of the tokens. I haven't used it, but you can swap your tokens on Twitter without leaving Twitter. So it's like a DEX. It's like an all one shot crypto space. The other thing I'm bullish on the most is that you can cash out using MoonPay on Twitter using Inspect. So if you don't want to go back to a centralized exchange and you're just trying to cash out, you can cash out using Inspect with MoonPay straight into fiat or whatever you're trying to do. So that MoonPay partnership is a really bullish aspect that I don't see people talking about enough, I don't think. So yeah. Um, Bushman said the right stream founder looks really old, might not wake up tomorrow. Oh, come on, man. Um, oh man. Tenzin said crypto Seth loves AI tech. Oh, okay, okay. I'll check it out. Yeah, I try to see what everybody's talking about in the space and what everybody's doing. I don't always have the time, but I know crypto Seth seems like he really researches his stuff and he knows his stuff. I'm not bullish on all the picks he's bullish on. I'm pretty sure he's not gonna be bullish on everything I'm bullish on, but he seems like he knows his stuff. So I'll look into it and see what's going on over there. Um, Patty said, I will also join your Patreon. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Hopefully I can help you out. Reed said, thanks a lot, brother. Just gained a Patreon. Appreciate it. Hopefully I can help you out as well. Or we can help each other out, really. Do you know Crypto Gold? No, is that a person or influencer? I don't know that person. I don't think. Price target for Inspect. I don't do price targets, man. Every once in a while, if I do the math beforehand, I'll try to do it. But let me look at it. I will say that, listen, and a lot of times I'm really conservative, to be honest. Inspect has a lot of good partnerships. A lot of people are going to be pumping it. So it's at 49 million market cap right now. Inspect. If the narrative catches on, I know Elon is also trying to bring it on. He's trying to make Twitter a money transfer app. He just got some he has a license in 15 different states right now to have a money transfer license on Twitter. So I'm thinking DeFi and crypto is going to come into that. Right now, it's just sounding like it's cash to be like Venmo or Venmo, Cash App, all those kind of apps, PayPal, right? So they're trying to get that money transfer license for all 50 states to be nationwide. So if he makes this a more bullish narrative, I think Inspect could, I'll say once again, 2 billion, 3 billion. I know that's probably not what people want to hear because they may feel like that's low. It's only a 40x or whatever, but I want to be conservative. I don't want to give people moon predictions unless I really feel crazy about this project. It all depends on adoption of the project. So it's all about adoption. That's why a lot of people, I hate to say this, and I try to be careful with talking about meme coins, but meme coins is all just about creating a bullish community, and that's what pumps it. So you don't have to worry about people adopting what you're doing or whatever. So yeah, we'll see what it does. Gian Gregory said, hello, brother. I am going to join the Patreon on the next paycheck. Any thoughts on Solana bridge called SOBB Solvit? I'll have to look into that. I know they had All Bridge, was it? Last cycle, but then Solana got wrecked. Everybody knows that, right? So I think it was supposed to be coming back this cycle. We're gonna see what All Bridge does, and I shouldn't probably mention that. It's a really low cap, but you gotta research. You gotta do your own research. Not financial advice, right? I have to look into it. I can't even find it right now, bro. So I don't know if it's coming out later or I don't even know. I'll try to leave a note up here to look at it later, but I don't see it right now. Sorry about that. Neil said 1,000 subs pretty soon, bro. You deserve it. Yeah, we'll see whatever God decides to do. Tenzin, yeah, YouTuber. Yeah, I don't know that guy. He's a low cap gym hunter. I haven't seen his stuff. 1,000 Bitmap said, first time on your live, so fresh and informative. Once I'm done, I'm getting your Patreon. Yeah, I would be honest, to my previous Patreon and my previous subscribers, the first couple of lives are kind of rough. Not just technical difficulties, but I am used to answering questions. I think even when I did a live everything altcoin, I think it went much better because I had different questions coming in. And so as long as you guys are answering questions, I can really help out. But I want to get better at preparing stuff beforehand to talk to you guys about, like I did today with the narratives. Hopefully that was helpful to explain like at least what parallelization is and modular blockchains, interoperability, those big narratives and stuff. So hopefully that was able to help somebody out. Tenzin said, I'm happy with a 40x. Yeah, because I know everybody comes into crypto thinking they're going to get a 2000x and 1000x, and you can get those. You can get the 100x as well, but sometimes you just got to be like, A lot of people last cycle wish they had a 10x or 20x, right? Because a lot of us listen to, I don't want to say anybody's names for them, but people who were saying there was going to be extended cycle and people didn't sell out in time. So some people wish they had that 10 and 20x last cycle because they got nothing. Ooh, this live is almost at an hour. I did not know that. I'm gonna end these. I'm gonna answer these last questions, and I'm gonna be out of here. Um, I'm not going to address that stuff anymore. Like I'm trying to give dude a break, let him give a breather. Like I said, I know a lot of people think I was an attacking guy, but I had my reasons that I named earlier why I did what I did and made the video. But I'm gonna give guy a breather. He needs a chance to breathe and recuperate. And I believe he's going to change the way he's been doing stuff and stuff. Y'all hear that laugh. I'm going to give him, everybody deserves a second chance. I'm not even trying to sound I always use because I know a lot of people say I sound like Miss America sometimes. I get it from my mom, but no, for real, everybody deserves a second chance, and hopefully he changes his ways. So I don't want to keep knocking dude and talking bad about him or whatever. I'm gonna leave that alone. Where can you get the link to my Patreon? It should be in the description. Yeah, I guess I'm not good at I don't often talk about my Patreon, at least I don't think I do. Let me see if I can get it on screen. Excuse me. So this is my Patreon and what it looks like, right? And what is my link? Oh, it's patreon.com/cryptozo. Patreon.com/cryptozo. That's my Patreon. And maybe I don't know. Can you put it in maybe I can put it in this chat. I'm thankful for my tech team today that's helping me out. Everything's going smoothly. And we almost at an hour. Let me know if that made it into the chat for you guys to see. Oh man, Crypto already said Cat Williams. Now this, yeah, Cat. Listen, I'm telling you, I'm in the industry, and a lot of stuff he was talking about is definitely true. The industry is not all what people think it is. That's why I say everybody thinks they want to be famous and be an actor and all this stuff. Not necessarily, man. You don't. It's not what people think it is, man. It gets pretty dangerous, pretty crazy. It is. It's just not all what people think it is. I love it though. Obviously that's why I'm in it. But I love the art though. I love acting. I like creating and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, but man, thank you guys for 50 something of you guys that hung out with me for an hour. Hopefully you guys learned something I was able to help. I know I just talked about narratives today and probably didn't give any picks out. But because for my channel is new and my Patreon is new, I got to give those guys some chances to get into it. And I don't want to sound like that guy is like, you got to get into Patreon to get some stuff. I feel like I put some stuff on my channel that's good. Like I put Next on my channel when it was at like 18 million market cap. So actually I think I talked about GameSwift when it was like 5 million market cap. So I'll talk about a lot of picks on my channel that are still low. I understand everybody. Listen, I think my price is low enough, so you can't really haggle me for a price on that. But I understand a lot of people working jobs and they can't afford a certain amounts or whatever. And so $50 a month might be a lot for somebody when somebody else may try to make a joke about it. I try to tell people not to do that. You don't know what somebody's situation is. My mother was a widower. My father died when I was 2 years old when I was a baby. So I watched my mother struggle financially. So $50 a month was a lot for her. So don't knock anybody because they can't afford $50 a month. But I will say for what I give, I can't really like make a price change. I can't really do 25 because I think $50 is cheap enough. But yeah, join the Patreon if you want to learn some more stuff. I'm trying to help as many people as I can. We can help each other. You can talk to me about picks, and I'm really just getting the whole Patreon thing together and trying to get it better acclimated so people can navigate it more smoothly. But yeah, and so for future, like I mean, it's like really, I'm not trying to be that guy. It's cool. I understand people have frustrations, but I don't want to be talking about that particular person on my channel and talking drama and knocking them and making fun of them or whatever. Because people do stuff for a reason. They get in situations that they weren't ready for, and it makes them do things that they probably didn't think they would do. So I'm, got to give those people a chance to turn around and change their ways. Because really think about whether you believe in God or not. Imagine whatever you believed in said you messed up one time and they just like smash you to death and you just dead and the journey's over for you. That's why I call life, it's a journey, right? Because we got one life to live. So enjoy your journey while you're here and realize that you've got many second chances. So give dude a second chance. Maybe not in Patreon, maybe, but let him breathe. Leave him alone. Don't go to his channel going crazy and bashing him and stuff. Leave guy alone. He'll be all right. He will be okay. Crypto, great crypto content. Wish you all the best on your YouTube. I'm new to crypto and wonder if I can join your Patreon and wonder if I can join, but need to pay you in USD monthly. No, we usually just do it from a card, but how do you reach me? Maybe inbox me on Twitter. Oh, I just crossed the hour. I was trying not to cross the hour. But listen, thank you guys for hanging out with me. And be touche. Try to message me on Twitter. I don't know if YouTube has an inbox. Listen, thank you guys for hanging out. And I will see you. I can't say tomorrow, but hopefully tomorrow, but I'll see you guys next time. Appreciate you.